Hello and welcome to Strangest Tour Super Chess Classic Romania 2026. While it was a day off for all of the players, Alireza and Fabi needed to play the game that was delayed for 2 days because of Alireza's injury, and now during the rest day they were able to play. While some people might say, oh, it's a rest day, why would they play on the rest day? I mean, technically they had a rest day when Alireza had an injury, so Fabi rested, Alireza rested, and now they kind of, they play a game. Yes, the thing is, those other players will have this very important rest day. And they don't have to play, like, I don't know how many rounds left. I believe it's 4 rounds left. So basically, Fabi plays 5 days in a row, Alireza will play 5 days in a row. So it's a bit bad, but I still think it's important to play it, and let's see what happens. So knight of d5, c4, and we go to Slav defense. So there is a video of a game that was played a long time ago where Alireza basically got into a theoretical trap in the very same line in Slav defense, but of course now Alireza knows how to respond, and the line is a bit different. So bishop f5, knight c3, e6, knight h4, bishop g6, knight g6, takes, and bishop d2. Bishop e7, queen b3 attack, and opponent b7. Now queen has to protect it, and long castle. So here, the only problem for black is they need to decide what to do with the king. And Alireza couldn't figure out what to do with the king for a long time, because oftentimes, let's say you want a castle short, there will be an attack coming on the king side, while if you try to castle long, you'll see what happens. So, and what Fabi does, so takes, b5, bishop e2. So basically Alireza is playing b5 and is saying that, alright, I'm probably not gonna castle long, because let's say king b1, rook c1, and knight b5. And the plan for white is fairly simple. Like, they will play king b1, they'll play rook c1, and they start pressure on c file. So a5, king b1, knight a6, rook c1, a4, queen d1, a3, b3. And while it seems a bit dangerous, looking scary, but at the same time, like, black don't have any attack, they don't have nothing, while white's plan is more or less simple. Like, you maybe want to advance the pawns on the king side. If this king is going to castle, you're just going to mate the king. So king d7 is played, f4, g4, g5, and bishop goes to e1. So here Fabi could already got a good advantage after d takes c5. After knight c1, play bishop e1. Again, computer stuff, I don't really understand it. I don't think you will understand a lot of it, but before there might be even some knight b5. Okay, apparently bishop b5. Yeah, bishop b5 is actually no. So knight b5 is actually terrible, because I thought, okay, I mean, you can't really take because king d7, but okay, I mean, black of course don't have to take, they can play queen d6, and queen is coming to e4. But you can play bishop b5, and now after rook b5, same thing, same tactic, and white wins. So bishop e1, c4, and suddenly Alireza is taking the initiative, because okay, c4 is if b file is open, I mean, it's gonna be a problem. So king a1, castle, knight e4, takes, rook f8. So here Alireza had to play rook f8, and then again, I mean, there are a lot of things. Let's say bishop c3, how Fabi continued in the game. There is some f5. I mean, computer sometimes says the moves that just don't make sense, but okay, I mean, here it's just while rook g1, knight comes to d5. Okay, I mean, a lot of nonsense, a lot of computer nonsense. Rook f8, bishop c3, rook c7, king d3, king d5, bishop d2, rook b8, and computer is still holding the equality here. Alireza makes a mistake he should have gone for knight b4, and now after rook c7, bishop b4, this position is completely equal. Again, computer says king h8, which doesn't make any sense to me, but okay. But I'm actually wondering, wait. So if instead of this I play king h7, bishop h5, okay, bishop h5, knight f6, king f8, queen e2. Okay, I mean, black can make multiple moves to hold equality. So king d7 is played, and after takes, rook c1. It turns out that now knight b4 doesn't work. Queen d2, queen a7, knight c3, queen a6, bishop e2, and suddenly there are problems with b5 pawn. This knight is out of the game. This pawn is not really moving. So queen a8, bishop b5, bishop c4, knight b1, just rerouting the pieces slowly, and now knight d8, final mistake. So computer again says bishop b4, but again, it is a bit difficult to figure out why it's best. So the idea, I guess, to bring the knight to d5 and try to maybe set up some knight c3 forks in the future, because hey, you can't take, and if you take this, you can take on e3. So a lot of things. So knight d8, king a2, queen b7, attacking the bishop, f6, and now bishop d3, and suddenly queen h5 is being threatened. So f5 is needed to play, and this knight is out of the game forever. Basically, Alireza is playing down a piece, and he cannot do anything about it. So king c2 now takes. So if you take, there is some counterplay with queen f3, so takes, that's fine. Bishop g5, king c8, knight f7 e6, pawns is moving, e7, king d6, king g3 attacking the bishop, knight goes to g4, h3, knight h5, queen g1, bishop e3, attacking the queen, queen e1, knight f4, takes, queen g2, knight d2, and Alireza had to admit his loss, because after bishop d2, there's queen h4 check, and knight h5, I don't know, you can do a lot of things, e8, and let's say bishop c3, you can play queen e2, blocking the check, and unfortunately, yeah, there is no way, and if king d2 takes, e8 promotes, there is no way to stop the queen, and Fabi won the game. As far as standings go, so Fabi had a game in hand, and he is now chasing Mr. Vincent Keimer, who is on 3.5 out of 5. Fabi, Anish, Jordan, Prague 3 points, 2.5 by Wesley and Maxim. Yava here 2 points, Bogdan 1.5, Alireza 1 point. Alireza is on -3 score. He is in the last place, he's playing with injury, I mean, I don't know, looks tough. And tomorrow he plays Vincent with black pieces, and then Jordan with white, Wesley with black, Bogdan, Daniel Deck with white in the last round. So, yeah, I mean, not a good tournament for Alireza. Obviously, playing with an injury is also extremely tough. Like, sometimes, you know, when your head is not thinking about chess, but, you know, it's like playing with painkillers and all that. Like, you aren't gonna win a lot of games, but yeah, let's hope that Alireza can recover. Wishing him a speedy recovery, and hopefully he can win some games. Like, I'm gonna be rooting for him to win some games, because I mean, just yeah, very passionate guy. All right, hope you enjoyed. See you soon.